Hey guys, welcome to forensics class online. So this is my first video and we will see if I can make it through without having to redo it. It's really weird staring at a little light on the screen and assuming you guys are there. So it's kind of weird not being in class with you guys, and I totally miss all your faces and the way you make me laugh and bring me so much, joy. And anyway, I know that you guys are sad to be home, and I'm sad to be home too. So we're going to make the best of this. So I'm starting off this lesson with a very quick review of some of the things we talked about 2 weeks ago. So it's been a while. And so this is going to be kind of a short little review. Make sure that you have your book, because we are going to be using your book today. Make sure you have something to write with, a pencil. You will need a pencil for writing in your book, because we're going to try to use really light pencil lines so we can go back and erase them later. Make sure you have something to erase them with later. Make sure you have a calculator. If you have your cool calculator and know how to do all that inverse sine stuff. If not, we can use iPhones. What else do you need? Paper to write on. So I am using, I just made myself a little practice notebook for forensics. Oops, here we go. That I'm going to be, you'll see me working under a camera. So you can follow along on paper and take notes and then use them later to do activities. So you notice the screen you see is the area of convergence, and that is one of the things we talked about a couple of weeks ago that I want to review, because today we're going to take it one step further, which is what we would have done in class together. We're going to do it over online together. We're going to find out the area of convergence, remember, was just that 2D area that shows us where the area was coming from, where the blood was coming from. And so today we're going to focus on, well, how do we figure out that 3D point area of origin that is out in the middle of a room? Like, did it happen from 8 feet, 2 feet? Where did it happen? So we're going to talk about that, and it's going to take a little bit more trig, but you guys can do this. If I can do this, you can do it. It's on video, which will be great because you can always go back and rewatch it. So, area of convergence. Let me just click through these slides really quick and remind you. The area of convergence is where the blood originated from. And when you have at least 2 blood drops, you have to have at least 2 drops. You can draw a line down the middle of the blood drops, and where all of the lines intersect, because as you look in this picture, you can see right here, it's like there's a big area. So you draw the smallest circle you can around where all of the lines intersect, and then you kind of try to find the middle to figure out where that point is. Anyway, so let me see here. We looked at this picture together, the area of convergence. Once they drew lines, they were like, okay, this is basically the area where it originated from. We also did a lab on the angle of impact, and we tried to create this ourselves in the lab, and we had some success. Not the greatest success, because remember, we were using the little cardboard things, and it was hard to use the protractors and get them exactly right, and we weren't all holding them 30 centimeters above the cardboard, and we weren't all using the exact amount of blood. So of course we weren't using real blood either. So we did a pretty good job trying to recreate these angle of impacts. But these are basically what they should look like if they're done correctly. Some of ours were pretty good. And that, remember, we calculated by measuring the width and the length of each of the droplet of blood. And y'all did this on the little cards in the classroom. You divided the width by the length, and you came up with a decimal, which we tried to carry out to about 4 decimal places. And then we used the inverse sign on our calculators, and we came up with a number that basically was in an angle in degrees, like 23-degree angle, 30-degree angle, whatever. There's also, I'm going to show you a table in the back of your textbook that you can look up sine and tangent if you don't know how to do it on your calculator, but I think we can get through this. So this, again, is how you calculated it. You're going to have to do this today, so this is why I'm reviewing this, okay? You calculated the angle of impact, you measured the width. Like in this one, it was 5 millimeters. This should be in your notes if you took notes in class, your blood basics package. Oh yeah, make sure you have that too. The length was 14 millimeters. You divided it and got a decimal out to 4 decimal places. You used your calculator and kind of came up with the inverse sign, and it was 21 degrees. So you're going to have to calculate this today. And then what our goal, that's not, so far none of that is new. This is what's new today, is the area of origin. We talked about it, we took some notes on it, but we didn't get to practice it. We were going to practice it after spring break. So today we're just going to keep going as if we were in class. And I would be doing this with you in class today, so we're going to do it today. Okay, let me go back here. Oops. Well, just like normal in class, Miss Offit gets ahead of herself on the slides. Okay, so do you have your book? Do you have something to write with? Do you have a pencil? Do you have a calculator? Do you have some paper to write on? Do you have your blood basics packet? Okay, I'm going to pause this and I'm going to stop this video and we're going to see, we'll start another video where we actually start showing you how to calculate this.